There's a time in everybody's life, I think, when you just say, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, because something has to change.
Both of us were attracted to this story because we sensed that there was some injustice that had not been fully investigated. A story had not come out in which justice had really been served.
It was kept hush-hush. I mean, local people don't even know what happened.
Those in power are going to do all that they can to assure that things remain the same.
There are long-lasting repercussions when some kind of abuse of power or some kind of incident like this does not go investigated.
We had to make sure that all sides were represented in a fair way so someone could come to the conclusion that injustice had occurred.
And yet when you ask people, well, who do you think was to blame for this? You get a variety of opinion about this. And that's because we let the viewer think for themselves. They make their own decision about, you know, who was right or wrong, but always an injustice was done, and whoever did it has not been held accountable.
They were picking up things and throwing them, and as well as the police were hitting and swinging.
In the chaos, one demonstrator threw a liquid at an officer's eyes, severely injuring him.
I saw them beating one girl. The two held her while another one beat her. And she had an earring there. They pulled that out.
We were very clear we wanted to make sure people did not think of this as archival footage. It was very clear as a documentary, it needed to be clear the separation between those two.
Clearly, you and I were faced with a situation where there just wasn't enough archival footage to support the storytelling. So I think when we thought about the recreation, we realized, wait a second, we do not want to damage the viewer's sense of the authenticity of what does exist as archival. So we then used the recreation as a way in which to reinforce kind of mood, sense of place, time, the chaos.
A wail goes up from back in the darkness at the crowd of people being hit and wounded. Shotguns, carbines, handguns, lasted for about 10 to 15 seconds.
White officers, black students, but what you're saying really is that this is not a black and white story.
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far, because I think it is in some ways a black and white story. I think, yes, absolutely, if those officers had seen their own children on that hill, they would not have been that easily able to fire. They did not see their children. They saw those kids as the other, and that was a problem. I do think it is a black and white story.
It's a wonder that more than were injured were injured. I thought every one of them was killed.
It's just shock and alarm at what had happened. And the attitude among the patrolmen varied from they got what they deserved to a couple of people almost so scared they were throwing up.
We don't always agree. I mean, as a team, and this is, you know, you, the producer, directors, the editor, the writer, we're in the edit room sometimes, and we're arguing, right, really vehemently with each other, right? But what was interesting is that we all come with these wonderful skills and stuff, and we actually respected one another. So after the argument was done, this film is in fact more than and better than any one of us could have done on our own.
I think it's also reflective of the fact that we took on the task to recognize that history is an argument. History is a debate, as opposed to just a set of facts and figures, this is the way it happened, let's move on. It isn't that way. It never is. It's always a refinement of the ideas in terms of how to interpret really what is the meaning of events that took place. You and I in the editing room together? I think it's always a debate, always an argument.
But something good comes out of it. That's right. That's true.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you. Thank you.